Many call Harold Baines' career wasted potential, a first overall draft pick who became a six-time All-Star, yet ended up as one of baseball's most forgotten superstars. But here's the twist nobody talks about. This quiet professional somehow made it into the Hall of Fame, sparking one of the biggest controversies in Cooperstown history. Harold Baines was born for baseball greatness. Growing up in Easton, Maryland on March the 15th, 1959, he caught the eye of Chicago White Sox owner Bill Veeck when he was just 12 years old. Veeck watched him play Little League and knew this kid would reach the majors. That prediction came true when the White Sox made Baines the first overall pick in 1977. By 1980, Baines was patrolling right field for Chicago at age 21st. He quickly became a key player, helping the team win the American League West in 1983. Early in his career, Baines was everything scouts hoped for. A powerful bat combined with solid defensive skills made him a complete player. He earned high school All-American honors and lived up to the hype. Then 1986 changed everything. Chronic knee problems emerged, forcing Baines to make a difficult choice. He could retire early or transition to designated hitter. The DH role would save his career but forever alter his legacy. These persistent ailments progressively limited his ability to play defense. Baines chose to keep playing. Over the next 15 years, he appeared in 1,643 games as a designated hitter. From 1989 until retirement in 2001, he played just 63 games in the field. The man who started as a promising outfielder became baseball's ultimate DH specialist. He holds the unique distinction of being the only player in MLB history to record over 1,000 appearances as a designated hitter and over 1,000 appearances at another position. This transition allowed Baines to play an incredible 22 seasons. His longevity produced impressive numbers. He finished with 2,866 hits, ranking 15th all-time. His 384 home runs placed him 36th in history. Add 1,628 RBIs and 34th place on that list. His 2,830 games played rank him 7th in American League history. These are Hall of Fame counting stats by any measure. Despite persistent knee issues, Baines maintained his prowess as a powerful hitter. In 1988, he managed 166 hits while dealing with physical challenges. His career batting average stood at 289 thousandths, with a 356 thousandths on-base percentage and 465 thousandths slugging percentage. He recorded 9,908 career at-bats, ranking 33rd all-time. But here's where things get complicated. When Baines became eligible for Cooperstown in 2007, baseball writers weren't impressed. In 5 years on the ballot, he never received more than 6.1% of votes. In 2011, he got just 28 votes, falling below the 5% threshold needed to stay on future ballots. Writers called him a mediocre compiler. They argued his high numbers came from playing time, not elite performance. His career OPS plus of 121 meant he was only 21% better than average. For a designated hitter who provided no defensive value, many felt this wasn't enough. His .820 OPS was considered barely above average for someone whose sole purpose was offense. The analytics community was even harsher. Baines's career, WAR of 38.7, ranked 293rd in baseball history. Dozens of players with higher WAR totals weren't in the Hall of Fame. Critics noted that DHs should be offensive powerhouses to justify their spot. Baines was good but not great. They frequently cited his numbers as particularly damning. His individual awards were limited too. 1 Silver Slugger in 1989, 6 All-Star selections across 22 years spanning 1985 to 1999. His highest MVP finish was 9th place in 1985. He never led the league in major offensive categories. For writers seeking elite peak performance, Baines fell short. He received MVP votes in only 4 different seasons. The BBWAA rejection seemed final. But baseball has multiple paths to Cooperstown. In 2019, the Today's Game Era Committee reconsidered Baines. This group includes Hall of Famers, executives, and former managers. They saw something different in his candidacy. As we look back on this baseball veteran's journey, it's a reminder of how sports evolve, just like how we watch them. And if you're tired of missing out on games, FUBO has you covered. With live sports streaming and flexible plans, it's the easiest way to stay connected with every inning, every season. The committee voted Baines into the Hall of Fame with 12 of 16 votes. Their reasoning focused on his counting, stats, and reputation. He was known as a tough out who showed up every day. Teammates and managers respected his professionalism. His 22-year career demonstrated remarkable consistency. Committee members valued his reputation as a clutch hitter. The committee emphasized his impressive career counting statistics, including 2,866 hits, 1,628 RBIs, and 4,604 total bases. Beyond raw numbers, his reputation within the game played a significant role. He was widely regarded as someone who embodied quiet, unassuming professionalism. Many described him as a baseball version of a problem solver. But this decision sparked immediate controversy. Critics pointed out conflicts of interest on the committee. 5 of 6 player members had played against Baines. His former manager, Tony La Russa, was on the panel. Former White Sox owner Jerry Reinsdorf also voted. At least 3 votes came from people with personal connections to Baines. The induction reignited debates about Hall of Fame standards. Many felt it lowered the bar for future candidates. If Baines could get in with modest rate stats, what did that mean for other borderline players? The decision seemed to prioritize longevity and relationships over peak performance. Prominent sports writers openly labeled him a weak inductee. Comparing Baines to other Hall of Fame designated hitters reveals the controversy. Edgar Martinez had an OPS plus of 147 and WAR of 68.4. He earned 7 All-Star selections and 5 Silver Slugger awards. David Ortiz posted a 141 OPS plus and 55.0 WAR. He was a 10-time All-Star and central figure in 3 World Series championships. Frank Thomas dominated with 156 OPS plus and 73.8 WAR. All 3 had superior rate statistics and major individual awards. Martinez was elected by the BBWAA on his 10th ballot, showing gradual consensus among writers. Ortiz was elected on his first ballot with immediate support. Thomas also earned first ballot induction. Their paths to Cooperstown were straightforward compared to Baines' committee selection. Baines' case illustrates baseball's evolution. The designated hitter rule, adopted in 1973, created a new type of player. Pure offensive specialists could extend careers without defensive contributions. This challenged traditional evaluation methods that valued complete players. The DH position allowed Baines to concentrate solely on hitting. His story also highlights institutional tensions within the Hall of Fame. The BBWAA represents modern analytical thinking. Committees often include former players who value intangibles. These different perspectives can produce conflicting results. The committee appeared to prioritize traditional benchmarks and subjective assessments. The Baines controversy reflects broader questions about sports immortality. Should the Hall honor peak excellence or sustained contribution? Do counting stats matter more than rate stats? How much should character and professionalism factor into decisions? His case compels reevaluation of what constitutes Hall of Fame worthiness. Critics argue that many statistically more deserving players like Don Mattingly, who boasted higher WAR despite a shorter career, were excluded. Even players with PED allegations had superior statistics. This ongoing debate highlights persistent tension between different Hall of Fame philosophies. Baines himself remained humble throughout the debate. He acknowledged the honor while understanding the criticism. He suggested his induction might open doors for other designated hitters. Whether that's good for baseball remains contentious. His uniform number 3 was retired by the White Sox in 1989 while he was still active. His enduring connection to Chicago was unique. The White Sox honored him with jersey retirement while he continued playing, a rare distinction. He was also inducted into the Baltimore Orioles Hall of Fame. These team honors reflected his impact beyond statistics. Although Baines never won a World Series as a player, he participated in the postseason 6 times. His career postseason/line was impressive at 324/378/510. He hit above 350 in 5 of 8 postseason series. This demonstrated his ability to perform under pressure when stakes were highest. Today, Harold Baines' plaque hangs in Cooperstown alongside the game's greatest players. His 22-year career represents dedication and professionalism. He adapted to physical limitations and maximized his abilities. That's admirable by any standard. His remarkable longevity was directly facilitated by the DH role. But his induction also symbolizes changing Hall of Fame criteria. Traditional milestones and personal relationships sometimes outweigh analytical metrics. This creates multiple pathways to immortality, each with different standards. The Hall operates on a complex blend of evaluation methods. The debate continues because Baines forces difficult questions. Was he a compiler who accumulated empty stats? Or a professional who maximized his talents across 2 decades? The answer depends on your evaluation philosophy. His case illustrates tension between traditional counting stats and advanced analytical metrics. His legacy extends beyond personal achievement. The DH position he mastered is now common throughout baseball. Young players can focus purely on hitting without defensive pressure. Baines helped prove this specialization could create long, productive careers. He paved the way for future offensive specialists. Perhaps that's Harold Baines's true contribution. Not the numbers he accumulated or awards he won, but showing how baseball players could adapt and survive in a changing game. His wasted potential became sustained excellence through perseverance and smart career management. He embodied resilience in facing physical challenges,